So welcome everybody for the Saturday afternoon Geeta program. So let Prabhu, is my voice clear first of all before I start? The voice audible and clear. Correct? Correct? Let Prabhu, is the voice clear? Are you able to hear properly?
Prabhuji,
it is coming very low.
Voice is coming low?
But the voice is low.
Voice is low, huh? Okay, is it for everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Now how's the voice?
It's echoing, Guruji. Prabhuji, it's echoing.
It's echoing, huh?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Now?
Yes, Prabhuji, it's good.
Now it's good. Okay. Thank you. So, I don't know what I was discussing last time. Okay. So, Sundar Chaitanya Prabhuji told me that second chapter is getting again covered with much more details in depth. So, he told me that we can continue discussion from shloka number 2.4 onwards. Okay. So, shloka number 2.4. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so I will share the screen. Some important point, I will show you something. Okay, so this is 2.4 and then we'll discuss this and then move ahead. So, till now, what has happened is Arjuna is unable to fight. And in the beginning of the second chapter, Krishna was chastising Arjuna that why are you feeling this weakness in your heart? Why are you not ready to fight? So Krishna was chastising Arjuna. That time Arjuna is speaking this shloka number 4. So we'll recite this. Arjuna vacha katham bhishmam aham sankhe dronam cha madhusudana ishubhi pratiyotsyami pujar ha vari madhusudana. Okay, somebody can read translation.
Can I, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read?
Yeah, please.
Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship?
200 रुपए की नोट वो भी नहीं होगा पॉलिथीन में.
So it is very interesting here. See, Krishna is saying Arjuna to fight with Bhishma and Drona. So here when Arjuna is saying Krishna that Krishna, you are killer of enemies, you are killer of Madhu. So Madhu was the name of a demon which the Lord has killed in the past. So Arjuna is indirectly saying to the Lord, my dear Lord, you are famous for killing demons, but you are asking me to kill my teachers and grandfather. So you are famous as Madhusudana, but you want me to become Bhishma Sudana and Drona Sudana. That is not fair. Like that Arjuna is saying. Okay. And then Arjuna is saying that instead of killing his elders, he will prefer going to forest and begging. So he's saying this verse. Guru nahatva himahanubhavan shreyo bhuntum bhaikshamapi haloge hatvarta kamam stu guru nihaiva bhunjiha bhogan rudhira pradinghan. Okay, somebody read translation.
Yes, Guruji. Prabhuji. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood.
So Arjuna is saying that how can we kill our teachers and enjoy the cost of their lives? It's better that I go to forest and become. So what is happening? We are going to come to a culmination from where our actual discussion of today will begin. Arjuna is putting this kind of arguments, and finally he is in the next verse. He completely now becomes indecisive. He don't know what to be done. Yeah. So that's what he's saying here in the verse number 6. Okay. Please read translation, verse number 6. In this verse, Arjuna is finally he's becoming very indecisive, completely bewildered. Yeah.
Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we killed the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield.
So see here Arjuna is saying, now do we know which is better? Either conquering them or being conquered by them. We don't know. Like, should we conquer them or so? He is completely into indecision. He is not able to understand what exactly to be done. Yeah, like that. And then finally, the next verse, which is verse number 7, is the culmination verse where Arjuna, finally after being completely perplexed, he surrenders unto Krishna and accepts Krishna as his guru. So that's the verse, and then after that we will have our discussion. Okay. Very, very important verse. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढ चेतः यश्रेयस्यानिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So here Arjuna is accepting Krishna as guru and he is becoming shishya. That's why the last line is saying Shishyasteham. Oh, Krishna now I am a Shishya. Okay. Yeah. Please read translation.
Now I am confused. Sorry, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, somebody else can read.
Okay, Prabhuji. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weaknesses. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
So you see here Arjuna is saying, I am confused about my duty. I have lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. And in this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. See here. Yeah, so this is very, very important. Now, you see, in our lives, at some point or other, we all get into different types of perplexities. What is the meaning of perplexity? Perplexity means a difficult situation where we are not able to decide what is the right course of action for me. Like that. So that is the meaning of perplexity. And many a times this perplexity arises in our heart. This perplexity, this confusion comes in our heart because of attachments, asakti. In Hindi we call asakti, or attachments to some kind of pleasure or some kind of relationship which we are fearful of losing. We are fearful of losing that relationship, or we are fearful of losing that that pleasure, and because of that we are not able to make the right decision. So I will show you some slides from a PPT which will help you to appreciate the point which I am saying, because only when we appreciate what is the meaning of perplexity and how we are into perplexity can we appreciate the importance of accepting a guru. Okay? Yeah. So here's the question. Who is the man who is in perplexity? कौन है वो व्यक्ति इस दुनिया में जो दुविधा में है? दुविधा अर्थात perplexity. Yeah. So Prabhupada writes in the purport. Somebody can read the purport. Anybody who has not read till now would like to read, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities, source of perplexity for everyone. In every step, there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life, which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciple succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not, therefore, remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master.
Thank you. So very, very important points here. See, first in the first line, Srila Prabhupada is saying that by nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone, which means we all have experience in this world that, even without our planning, even without our wanting, situations, some other turns up in life where we get into some difficulty, some dharma sankat you can say, or some situation where, we are not able to decide what to be done in this situation. And it's not that we purposefully wanted to get into, but it just comes in our life. It's like so that is called a perplexity. And the example which is given here is like a forest fire. So in the forest now, nobody goes to put a fire in the forest. Nobody takes a matchbox and kerosene and to put fire. But in the forest, you will see when the wind blows, simply by the blowing of the wind, the two branches of the tree, they come together, they rub against each other, and then there's a fire. It's not that somebody wants to purposefully put a fire in the forest like that. So material world is also like that. When we live in this world, because of our interactions with others, they may be in our own family or neighbors or people working with us in our organizations or companies, and people in the society. As soon as in this material world two people come together, it is like two branches of a tree coming together. And even if they don't want, simply because of that coming together, some misunderstanding, some confusion, some perplexity will arise, and there will be some problem like that. So that's why they are saying that when difficulties are coming in our life, we should not ask God that why the difficulties are coming. It's the nature of this world. That's why there's a very beautiful saying in English which says that don't say to God that, oh God, I have such a big problem. No, don't say to God like that. Rather, you say to your problem that, oh problem, I have very big God with me. So instead of saying to God that, God, I have a very big problem, you say to the problem that I have a very big God who can solve all the problems. Like that. So what the solution Prabhupada is giving to come out of the material perplexities is that we have to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Now, why we need to approach a guru or a spiritual master to come out of perplexity? For that, we have to understand a secret. The secret is that we cannot come out of our perplexities on our own. Why? Because our perplexities, our confusions, our indecision is because of our attachment to certain, as I told, a particular object or to a particular person or to a particular situation. And because of that attachment, we are not able to make the right decisions. Let me share some examples with all of you for these attachments. As you can see here, in the slide. If you see on the left hand side, here is Dhritarashtra sitting and hearing Bhagavad Gita from Sanjaya. And on the right hand side, you will find the Draupadi Chir Haran Leela is going on, where Draupadi was attempted to be disrobed in the Kuru assembly. So you see, here the example is given of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was the king. Although he was blind, but he had a very good minister by the name Vidura, who was giving him all good counsel. But because Dhritarashtra was attached to his son Duryodhana, despite knowing that Duryodhana is a rascal, he is envious of the Pandavas, he is a evil person, and Bhishma, Vidura, and all the people in the assembly were saying that you disown this Duryodhana, otherwise he will destroy your entire dynasty. So although Dhritarashtra was aware of the nefarious plans and nefarious activities of Duryodhana, he was not able to give up his attachment to Duryodhana. And what happened because of that? All his 100 sons were killed in the battle. Is it not? And then he was alone, like that. So it's called material attachment to the son, wanting to make him the king. Here is Dhritarashtra, one example. Another example we can take is of King Uttanapad, material attachment to his beautiful wife and letting his son Dhruva to go to forest. I don't know whether you know this pastime of Dhruva. It comes in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So there was a famous king named Uttanapad. This Uttanapad had 2 wives. The name of his first wife was Suniti, and the name of the second wife was Suruchi. And Uttanapad was more attracted and more attached to his second wife Suruchi because she was more beautiful in her appearance and pleasing to the king. So Suniti, the first wife of the king, had a son named Dhruva, and the second wife had a son named Uttam. So what was happening once, as you can see in the picture on the right hand side, Uttanapad was once sitting with his second son Uttam in his lap, the son from his second wife Suruchi in his lap. At that time, what happened is Dhruva, he also saw that my father is playing with my brother, my stepbrother. I also want to play with my father. So Dhruva wanted to climb the lap of his father and to play with his father. At that time, Suruchi, who was the stepmother of Dhruva, the second queen of the king, she spoke very, very harsh words to Dhruva. She told that, my dear boy, you want to sit on your father's lap, but for that, you will not be allowed to sit on your father's lap because you have not taken birth from my womb. You have taken birth from the womb of some other woman. So that's why you are not entitled. Indirectly, she was trying to say that you cannot become the next king. My son will become the next king. And then she was so impudent that she went on to say that if you want to sit on your father's throne, then you have to die and you have to take birth from my womb and you have to become my son. And then only you can play with your father. So when the small Dhruva, when he heard like this, he was a small 5-year-old boy. He became very, very broken-hearted. And then he started crying and he ran to his mother, Suniti, and he told everything what happened. And Suniti told, yes, my dear son, what can I do? Your father don't like me, like this. So anyways, the pastime goes on. You can read Bhagavatam for more details what happened next. But the point which I'm trying to tell here is that, so what happened when, you see, when Suruchi, when she spoke like that, what was the reaction of Uttanapad? At that time, King Uttanapad was completely silent. He didn't spoke even a single word. See, ideally, as a father, it is his duty to protect his son. If Uttanapad would have wanted, he would have told to Suniti, he would have chastised, hey, why are you speaking like this to my second son? He is also my son. He also has the right to sit on my lap. Why are you unnecessarily chastising him? He could have told like that, but you know what Uttanapad did? Uttanapad completely remained silent, chup chap, because he was afraid. If I open my mouth, my wife will become angry with me, and then my sense gratification, my enjoyment will be affected. Correct? So because Uttanapad was attached to his second wife based on bodily conception of life, based on bodily beauty, he was not able to take the right decision of protecting his son Dhruva. Here's another example like that. So I give you example of Dhritarashtra. Here's another example of Uttanapad. What happens when we have attachment? We are not able to take the right decisions. Correct? Here's another example, very famous one from Sri Ramayana. The attachment of Kekai wanting to make her son the king. That's like Dhritarashtra wanted Duryodhana to be king. Similarly, Kekai, although Kekai loved Ram very much, but because of being spoiled by Mantra, she became completely envious to Lord Rama, and she became very attached. And she asked that two boons from Dasharatha, that make Bharat the king and send Ram to forest for 14 years. And as you can see in the picture below, she went to the mourning room and she opened her hairs and lied down on the floor. When Dasharatha came in the evening, she saw Kekai was like this, in a very, very deranged form. And Dasharatha asked, "My dear Kekai, what happened?" And then Kekai was not telling. The Kekai made Dasharatha first take the promise that whatever I ask, you have to give. And out of so many queens, now Kekai was the youngest queen. She was very beautiful also. And that's why Dashrath Maharaj was attached to Kekai. So although Dashrath Maharaj as a king could have not fulfilled the desires of Kekai, being because very, very wrong desires of sending Rama to forest, see, Dashrath Maharaj told Kekai that no problem, I'll make Bharat the king, but please don't ask me to send Ram. Ram is my life and soul. He is more dear to me than my life. How can I live without by sending Ram to forest? Please don't ask. But then Kekai did not listen like that. And then you know what happened? The whole Ramayana, Dashrath has to leave his life, and then Ram has to go to forest, and then all things happen. So Kekai was very attached to wanting to make her son as a king, and Dashratha was also attached to Kekai like that. So another example of material attachment. And here another again, I told you earlier the example of Dhritarashtra's attachment to his son Duryodhana, and here Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, both of their material attachment to the post of the king and the kingdom. And to the extent that Duryodhana insulted Vidura. So once what happened, Dhritarashtra called Vidura to the court to take some good advice. And Vidura told, "My dear king, if you want good advice, my only good advice is, please, you disown Duryodhana. Throw out this Duryodhana from the kingdom. Don't keep him with you. He will destroy the whole dynasty." At that time, Duryodhana was also in the palace. So when he heard, Duryodhana spoke very harsh words to Vidur. Although Vidur is his uncle, he was a very respectable personality. He spoke very harsh words to Vidur and told that, "Get out from here. You wretch. You eat our salt and you plan against our enemies. You take the side of Pandavas." And he told the soldiers, "Take this Vidura and throw him out of the palace. Only leave him only with his life." Like this our Duryodhana told. You see in the picture, he is throwing Vidura out of the, like that. So just see, Vidura was a good person. He had all the good intentions. He wanted to help his elder brother Dhritarashtra. But this is the nature of material perplexity. Without wanting, they come. Because of different people's material attachment. And here we have the famous example of Kamsa. You see in the picture on the top, it was the wedding of Devaki and Vasudeva. And Kamsa, who was Devaki's brother, was personally driving the chariot of Devaki. At that time when Akashvani happened, "My dear Kamsa, you are a fool. Don't you know that the 8th son of your sister is going to be the cause of your death?" So as soon as Kamsa heard this, that my sister's son is going to kill me, immediately, before Kamsa was very, very loving to his sister. It was the day of their wedding. He was driving the chariot. But suddenly, see what happened? He took out his sword and he caught the hairs of Devaki and he was about to kill Devaki. And that time, Vasudeva, Devaki's husband, has to intervene. And some or other, Vasudeva pleaded and promised Kamsa that whatever child will be born, I will bring to you, and you can decide whatever you want to do with the child, like that. So the point is that, see, Kamsa was very good with Devaki and Vasudeva in the beginning, but as soon as the thing came to his life, his body, he lost all his good behavior. He showed his real color, demonic color. That is called material attachment to one's own material body, like that. So in this, I gave you many examples. See, here the example is a material attachment to sun, material attachment to the sons, wanting to make him the king, attachment to one's beautiful wife, attachment to again one's son, attachment to the post and position as king, attachment to one's own body. And similarly, here Arjuna is also feeling material attachment to the material bodies of his relatives and friends. And this material attachment is becoming the cause of Arjuna's perplexity, of Arjuna's indecision. He is worried. What will happen if I do my duty of fighting? All my relatives will be killed. Then how will I enjoy? Although he knows Krishna is personally telling me to fight, although he knows that Krishna is he is the knower of dharma, it is dharma yuddha, it's my duty, but because of material attachment, he is not able to fulfill his duty. So I gave you many shastric examples. We can even take some examples from our day-to-day life also. Just see this picture. See 1, 2, 3, 4. Go by sequence. Man in perplexity, whom to pacify, mother or wife. Maybe those who are grahasthas in household life, they may have some experience and some examples. As brahmacharis and monks, we don't have this. but we have heard from many of our devotees, families. Sometimes this kind of perplexity arises. Sometimes there's a fight between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. And then the man in between, he wants to pacify the mother-in-law, the mother also, and his wife also. And then, if he takes the side of the mother complains about the wife. She's like this. And then if he takes the side of the wife, then the mother becomes, hey, beta, I give you birth, I born and brought up you, and what, now this lady has come very new in the home, and you are going behind him and leaving me. And then see the picture number 4, the fellow is pulled between the two. Whom to pacify? This is one example we are giving of man in perplexity. Although he don't want this thing to happen at home, but sometimes this kind of things happens. Similarly, sometimes the parents can be in perplexity how the child should be raised. For example, the mother is saying, let's put our child in the international school. He should get international education. And the husband is saying, no. These international schools nowadays, they don't teach any values to children. Let's put our child in a Marathi medium school where he will get very good values. He will learn the story of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He will learn the values of very great personalities. And then there can be a quarrel and fight depending upon, although both have good intentions of child's education, how the child should get the best education, but can lead to perplexity, big fight, like that. Similarly, there can be many times perplexities between couples in husband-wife relationship because of various reasons, suspicious relationships. This quite happens in material world. Very common things nowadays. In fact, like I very quite often come to Hyderabad. In fact, I am now currently in Hyderabad only. So we preach here to many youths working in various companies. So when we preach to these youth working in various companies, when I interact with them, they share many stories. Especially nowadays, boys and girls, they get into relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, and they start some WhatsApp chats and this and that. And they say, Prabhuji, our relationship starts on today, and after 2 days, a breakup also happens because so much confusion happens, so much misunderstanding happens because of small issues. The relationships nowadays don't go very far, and the person feels very broken-hearted, like that. So the point which I am trying to convey is that material attachment to one's body, attachment to one's family relatives, attachment to one's son, daughter, or wife, or children, or whatever, any kind of material attachment, as long as we have material attachment, it will lead to perplexity, which means indecision, not able to make right decisions, especially decisions related to spiritual life or dharma, like that. So, yeah. Somebody can please read this paragraph. Sorry. Yeah. Who has not read till now can read.
Okay, Prabhuji, I will read.
Yes.
From this underline or starting from the beginning?
From starting.
Okay. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals, who takes care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of the perplexities. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still on account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, to make a definite, uh, def- definite solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious, and how Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita.
Yeah, correct. So Arjuna could understand that his affection for his family members is the cause of his perplexity. You see, in our life also, this can become one of the causes of perplexity. Sometimes what happens, we have seen when we request people to chant Hare Krishna, come for programs. Many times people are not able to practice spiritual life because of some reasons like they think that, like for example, some man can think, if I chant Hare Krishna, my wife will be angry. My wife can think, if I chant Hare Krishna, husband will be angry. And somebody may think that if I go to temple for program, family members will not be happy. Family members want me to come for a movie, but I want to go to a temple, so I'm in decision. If I go to a temple, they will be unhappy. If I go to movie, I will not be Krishna conscious. So in this way, many times this kind of perplexities because of our attachment to family members it comes. See, we are not saying that we should not like our family members. It is very very natural to have genuine affection for our family members. It is very natural, but we should not have attachment. There's a difference between attachment and affection. Affection means to show them love, to show them care, to show them our genuine affection for them. That's called affection. Affection is all right, but when affection turns into attachment means when we are not able to do the right thing despite knowing what is the right thing because we are emotionally controlled by them. That's called attachment. So because this emotional attachment actually makes us very weak in our heart, and that's why we are not able to make the right decisions. Hmm? Like we want to chant Hare Krishna or come to temple or render some service. So it's a big struggle. We have seen in many families too. Sometimes husband is a devotee, wife is not a devotee. Wife is a devotee, husband is not a devotee. Both husband and wife devotee, children don't want to go to temple. Some problem other comes. So it becomes a very great challenge. We want to keep our family members also very happy. At the same time, we want to practice spiritual life also. So this perplexity comes. And the biggest attachment is the attachment to their bodies. Like Arjuna, his main concern was he wanted to protect the bodies of his relatives. Similarly, in this world, people break down when they hear some sad news about some diseases coming to them or their family members or death itself, which is very very painful, which is very very sad. But here, from the Bhagavad Gita, we can at least take this knowledge that we should try our best to avoid such situations. But in case they are coming, because perplexity means they come without our wanting. So in case such situations are coming, surely we will feel sad, but we should not give up our duty of spiritual duties of connecting to God. Even in the face of the greatest difficulty, we should always know that ultimately, I myself or my family members, we are not just material bodies. We are spirit souls. We are part and parcel of God. We don't belong to this material world. We belong to spiritual world. Spiritual world is our real home. And just like in an ocean, when the ocean waves comes, so few twigs and some leaves, some stones, they come together for some time, till the time again second wave come and take them away. Similarly, people in this world, they come together as a family, husband, wife, children, mother, father, and they remain for some time. And then as the time passes, by the waves of time, everybody again gets separated. So ultimately, separation is inevitable in this world. Then why to so much lament about separation? Why to make it such a fuss about separation? It's inevitable. So as long as we are together, let's do our duty, and especially the spiritual duty of connecting ourselves and also our family members to God and making our life perfect. Go back to God in our spiritual duties. So these are the important. But this understanding we cannot get on our own. For having this understanding, we need to take shelter of a bona fide guru or a bona fide spiritual master. And that's why they are saying that the talk between a bona fide guru and bona fide spiritual master is very, very serious. See, Arjuna and Krishna, they are like friends. So generally, Arjuna and Krishna, they used to joke amongst each other. Arjuna many times used to comment on Krishna and joke with him. Krishna used to joke on Arjuna. They used to eat together, sit together, sleep together, walk together. But now Arjuna is accepting Krishna as his guru. And you cannot joke with your guru. The relationship between disciple and spiritual master is very serious, because the spiritual master or the guru takes the responsibility on behalf of Krishna to take the disciple out from this material world and back to spiritual world. So it's a very serious responsibility, like that. So Arjuna told like that. But then Krishna may think that, Arjuna, you were saying so many things to me before, that this will happen, that will happen. Now you are saying that you want to become my disciple. Suddenly, what happened to you? Are you just saying like this, or you are really serious? So Arjuna speaking in the shloka number 2.8 that, Krishna, now I am really serious. He is confirming Krishna that, Krishna, only you and only you can solve my problem. Nobody else can solve. This means when we approach a guru, when we accept a guru in our life, we just don't make a guru for fashion. Like nowadays, many people say, "Aapke guru hain kya?" हाँ हमारे गुरु हैं. आपके हैं क्या? हाँ हमारे भी हैं. कहाँ पे हैं? पता नहीं, कहीं तो हैं. हमारे घर में एक गुरु जी का फोटो है, वो फोटो पे माला चढ़ा के रखते हैं, और गुरु जी साल में 2 साल में एक बार आते हैं. कभी तो आते हैं, थोड़ा उनको दक्षिणा देते हैं, थोड़ा डोनेशन देते हैं, और डोनेशन लेके गुरु जी चले जाते हैं. गुरु जी अपने रास्ते, हम अपने रास्ते. And we have nothing to give and take with guru. Such kind of guru is useless. Such kind of disciple is also useless. A serious disciple is one who is ready to take instructions from the spiritual master, and is ready to execute the instruction. That's why here in this shloka number 2.8, Arjuna is confirming that, Krishna, only you and you can solve my problem. See what he's saying. Nahi prapashyami mama punudyat yashokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma asapat namriddham rajyam suranam apichadipatyam. Yeah, what Arjuna is saying in this what number 2.8. Okay, I have to show you the translation. Just 1 minute. Translation, yeah. Yeah, somebody can read the translation of just now. Yeah, who will read? Anybody who has not read till now?
I'll read, Prabhuji.
Yes.
I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrevealed kingdom on earth with the sovereign. I cannot read that word.
Okay, no problem. I'll read.
Like that of the demigods in heaven.
Yeah, thank you. So Arjuna is saying that I can find no means to drive away this grief, which is drying up my senses. This means, Krishna, other than you, I have no other means. You only can help me. I will not be able to dispel this on my own. Even if I become the unrivaled king of the whole world with sovereignty. Sovereignty means full power, full control over everybody and everything. Even if I get such a powerful kingdom, I will not be able to drive away the grief in my heart, the perplexity in my heart. Only you will be able to do that. So that's what Arjuna told to Krishna, that I completely depend on you. Because you see, our academic knowledge, our education, we are B.Tech, M.Tech, M.A., PhD, doctorate, double doctorate. Our scholarship, we may be a great Pandita of Sanskrit. Our high position, we may be a big businessman, or we may be a very owner of a big multinational company, or we may be very beautiful, or we may be very intelligent, or we may be some MA, MLA, PM, Prime Minister, Chief Minister, our high position. All these things are useless when it comes to solving the perplexities of life, especially when it comes to getting the answers to the problems of life. Like that. They are all useless. Our academic knowledge will not come to help. Our, so-called influence, so-called power will not come to help. Our high position will not come to help. The only thing which will come to help is our genuine desire to learn from a spiritual teacher, from a guru, like that. So that's why it's very important to know also who is a bona fide guru, because now somebody may be question, okay, Prabhuji, I may have good intentions to learn from a guru, but then who is the guru? Can anybody become a guru? Any Tom, Dick and Harry can come and tell himself a guru, and then I have to just follow whatever he says? No, 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 no. That is why in the scriptures, the qualification of a bona fide guru is also mentioned. Not that anybody coming from anywhere can become a guru. So I will show you one. Yeah, you can see this. How to understand who is a bona fide guru? So you can see this PPT. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, you can read the heading. What is the heading? Heading is called Identifying the Divine Guide. How to identify a true spiritual master? You see, here's the picture. The picture you see is the picture of Srila Prabhupada taking initiation from a spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And that person in the white you are seeing, this is Srila Prabhupada when he was young, and how he accepted a guru. So it is a big PPT. I will not cover the whole. I'll just come to the important qualifications of a guru, like that. So this we already have covered. See, blind attachment leads to misery. This is what we were discussing till now. That Arjuna's attachment was leading into perplexity. And yeah, so first of all, the need to accept a spiritual master. Though we discussed this material world is like a forest fire. Perplexities come without our wanting it. Now there's a very important question. Should I accept someone else's opinion as gospel truth? Because somebody else may tell, do this, don't do this. So do I have to accept someone else's opinion as a truth? Like that? So first of all, we will see some examples from our day-to-day life. Then even in our material life or in our day-to-day life, we accept some authority. Somebody as a teacher. For example, when we board a bus, we are putting full trust on the bus driver that he will not do the accident. He will take me to the right destination. Is it not? Like yesterday only, I was coming from Pune to Hyderabad. So I caught my train in the night from Pune. And then I slept in the sleeper bogie. And morning I came to Hyderabad. Because I have full trust that the train will take me to Hyderabad. Suppose if I don't have trust on that train, the driver of the train, then I can never reach Hyderabad. I will never be able to board a train. So even in our day-to-day life, we are putting a lot of trust. Like patients are putting trust on doctor. Sometimes the doctor gives us, pills, red pill, green pill, yellow pill, gives different kind of medicines. And we just take because doctor has told. Is it not? We put so much trust on doctor. Like that. Similarly, barber, sometimes the barber cuts our hairs while shaving. He may bring a big blade near to our throat, and if he pushes the blade a little bit more, he can slit our throat. He can cut our throat also. But we put faith on the barber. Similarly, when we learn dancing, it's from a dance teacher. So in all the fields like dance, music, karate, whatever, we accept a teacher. We accept a coach. Our Indian cricket team has a coach. All the football teams, they have coach. Anything you want to learn in this world, you have a coach. You go to school, you have a teacher. You go to college, you have a teacher. Is it not? When you join company, they give you trainings. So in every field, you have a coach. So in every day-to-day life activity, we accept a coach. We accept a teacher. So if we have to accept a teacher in every field, why not to accept a teacher in spiritual life? Is it not? If we require a teacher in material life, we have to have a teacher in spiritual life also. And to set an example, even the Supreme Lord himself accepted a teacher. For example, the teacher of Lord Krishna and Balram was Sandipani Muni. Krishna and Balram studied from Sandipani Muni in Ujjain. In Ujjain, there's a Gurukul. So Lord Rama accepted Vasishta as his Guru. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Ishwarapuri as his Guru. So even God accepts a Guru. Now here comes a very nice thing. Who are not Gurus? Who are fake people whom we should not accept as Guru? First one, yes. Somebody can please read one by one. Yeah, please read this. Who are the fake gurus?
Charges fees to give secret mantras and make false
promises. Correct. So there will be so many people nowadays. You will find, they will say, see, you take this mantra, chant in 6 months. In 6 months, you will become God, or you will get some very extra powers. And for this mantra, give me some 5 lakh rupees. There are organizations like that who charge some big fees for giving some secret mantra, and they make a lot of false promises. This will happen, that will happen, like that. We should not get cheated by them. Yes, next one.
Allow their students to disregard all the Vedic regulative austerities.
Austerities. So austerities means tapasya. Regulative austerities means, you see, in any field, we have to make some endeavor. Like when you are students also, you have to write 50 assignments to get an engineering degree. And any field you have to make some compromises, some sacrifices to achieve a particular position. Similarly, in spiritual life, we have to do some sacrifices. We have to follow some rules, some regulations to make progress. But there are so-called gurus, so-called teachers nowadays, in order to keep their followers with them, they say that, oh, no, you don't have to follow any rules, regulations. You just keep coming to me, just keep giving some donations to me, and I'll keep giving some ashirwad to you. And you need not to follow any process. You need not to chant any mantras. You don't have to, do any vratas. You don't have to do any rules and regulation. Yeah, you can eat meat, you can drink wine, you can have all kind of illicit relationships, no problem, everything is all right. Just do whatever feels good, everything. And so many thousands and thousands and thousands of people go to such kind of bogus gurus, and this kind of gurus gets a lot of following also. In their YouTube channels, you will see lakhs of views, millions of views. And their ashrams, you will find people flocking, and everybody, looking for ashirwad. Why? Because this kind of so-called gurus, they never teach the right thing to their disciples. Why? Because they are afraid. They are afraid that if we tell the truth, if we tell the rules and regulations, our dukan will get closed, our shop will get closed. We will not get any more followers. That's why, those who are true gurus, one of the symptoms of a true guru is that he is never fearful in telling the truth to his disciples, because he don't want to cheat them. He just want to repeat the message of God as it is. And those people who are genuine, they will accept. Because, spiritual life is like diamond. And so-called spiritual life, which outside people teach, it's like a vegetable. Now, how many people you find in vegetable market? So much crowd. And how many people you find in diamond shop? Very few people. Because to purchase a diamond, you have to pay the price. So not everybody has a capacity to pay the price for diamond. And that's why not everybody has a capacity to follow the instructions of a guru. And that's why you will find those who are genuine organizations, bona fide organizations, propagating Krishna consciousness, spirituality, you will not find many people coming there. Why? Because they know if we come there, we have to follow the process. And so-called people, which is like vegetable market, they are propagating some so-called bogus philosophy, be good, do good, this kind of things. And a lot of people are going there and getting cheated. That's what Srila Prabhupada used to say. This material world is a world of cheaters and cheating. Like that. Yeah, read the third one.
Okay, Prabhuji. Teach yoga as simple gymnastic exertion and not a means of connecting one to God.
Yeah. So nowadays many yoga schools have opened, people teaching yoga. So they become yoga gurus. They only teach some exercises. But actually the real meaning of yoga, the word yoga comes from the word yuj. Yuj means to connect to God. Sanskrit dhatu yuj. But they never teach. Actually, yoga has ashtang, 8 items. Yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So all the 8 stages are supposed to be taught. But these so-called yoga gurus, they only teach asana and pranayam. They never go ahead from them. They never teach pratyahar. They never teach dharana, dhyan, samadhi. They never teach these things to people. So they only charge some money and teach some yoga to keep the body fit. But they don't teach anything about God like that. So they are also cheaters. Yeah, next one, please read. Next one, maintain.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah, please.
Maintains that the purpose of yoga is material well-being.
Please read the next one also. Defy
the Vedas by declaring, I am God, you are God, everyone is God, and so on.
Yeah. So this kind of people are very dangerous. They are technically called as Mayavadis. So these Mayavadis, they will also look like sadhus. They will wear saffron dress. They will also be having shaven heads. They may also be wearing some tilak, some mala around their neck. But they are very dangerous people, because they defy the Vedas only. You know, they are called atheistic people. They defy the Vedas. They say, like there was one so-called spiritualist. He went to an assembly, and in that assembly, he told, I have not come here to tell all of you that I am God, but I have come here to tell all of you that you all are God. You all are God. And as soon as people heard this, what? We are God? Everybody started clapping. So this kind of, bogus philosophy they speak, which has no foundation of scriptures. Nowhere in the scriptures it is written that we are God or we can ever become God. We are living entity, we are eternally part and parcel of God. God is always God, we are always a servant. Like that. But they speak a perverted philosophy. You can become God, just do this dhyan, do this meditation, and you will realize that you are that. Tattvamasi, Soham, Aham Brahmasmi, all that kind of technical jargons they say to people, common people. See this fellow. So many times you will find this kind of so-called sadhu babas, wearing some marks and tilaks and malas, but they will be smoking bidis, or they will be smoking cigarettes, or hookah, or ganja, like that. Like, there was one person, his name was, his name was Honey Baba. Honey Baba, what he was famous for. So he got a very great following. What he used to say, anybody who, they used to say that from his toes, from the toes in his feet, anybody who suck the toe of this Baba, they will get the taste of honey. And that is the Ashirvad of this Baba. So big following used to be there, big line of people to get the Ashirvad of Baba by sucking the feet of the toe of this Baba, and they used to get the taste of the honey. And because everybody was getting big crowd, but then the police became little, the government and the police became little suspicious. So they took this Baba to the laboratory, and there they found, this so-called Baba, he has done one arrangement in his body. He has through some operation, so some surgery, he has put an internal pipeline going from his waist till his toe. And he has a honey bottle inside his kurta where he presses the button. So then the inside pipe takes the honey from his waist down to his toe. And anybody who sucks his toe, they get the taste of honey because it's coming from an internal pipeline which nobody knows. Through some surgery he has done. And through this he is making a lot of money. Like that. So it was a big fuss which came out in the newspaper, and there are so many people like that, needless to speak about it. Point is that this. So we should not be cheated by this. But now we should know some symptoms of a bona fide guru also. Actually, this topic of the bona fide guru is very long. Our time is over now. Maybe sometime in the future we can discuss more details about it. But just to tell you some basic difference. Who is a bona fide guru? So I gave you an example of this diamond and glass. A real guru is like a diamond, and a fake guru is like an ordinary glass. Now let's just see some symptoms. Qualification of a bona fide guru. What's the guru's understanding about God? First qualification. What a bona fide guru, according to scriptures, his understanding about God is. Yeah, somebody can read it quickly. What time is getting over?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
Qualifications of a guru. What is the guru's understanding about God? The guru must have heard the absolute truth in a disciple succession, does not contact some theory or philosophy of his own.
Yeah. So just like in a school or a college, a person can only become a teacher only when he himself has passed from a authorized college or a school. Similarly, one can only become a guru when he himself has a guru of his own, coming in a bona fide parampara, disciplic succession, guru shishya parampara. Nowadays, so many people are becoming guru on their own. You ask them, Guruji, who's your guru? And they say, well, I don't have a guru, but I am a guru of everybody. Rascal, you should give a slap on his face if somebody say like this. So Guru does not concoct any theory on his own. He only repeats the message of God coming in parampara. Yeah, please read the next one.
Yes, Prabhuji. The guru must have realized the conclusions of the scriptures by deliberations. Should be able to confirm the authenticity of the message he is presenting by the support of the scriptures.
Yeah, this means just like in a law court, in a court of law, whenever a lawyer speaks something, immediately the lawyer has to substantiate statement by quoting some law codes like this, जैसा दफा नंबर 302 के तहत ये व्यक्ति ने ये वाला काम किया, इसको ये सजा दी जाए, दफा नंबर 203, दफा नंबर 260. They have to quote some law code. Without quoting a law code, their statement will not have any value. Similarly, a guru never speaks anything which is not given in the scriptures. Whenever a guru speaks something, he has to substantiate his statements from the scriptures. Then only the statement will be accepted. Correct? Like that. Okay, next one. Yeah.
Okay. Guru should know the essence of the scriptures, not just be a Sanskrit scholar.
Yeah. So Guru should know the essence of scriptures. Somebody know big Sanskrit, he can quote so many shlokas, he's a big pandit. No, he speaks many. That is not a guru. Guru should know the essence. He should be able to convince people about the message of the scriptures. Either he speak in English language. That's why, in our ISKCON society, there may be many Western disciples of Prabhupada. They may be born in America, Russia. They may not know much Sanskrit, but they know the essence of the scriptures because they have heard the message from their guru very rightly. Like you can see the picture below. There are many disciples of Srila Prabhupada, like Jayapataka Swami and many others. So they know who is the Supreme Lord, who are we. They know the essence of the scriptures. They may not be big Sanskrit scholars. Like that. Similarly, they are saying the guru is beyond caste, creed, color, nationality, and other superficial differences. So we should not differentiate. He's an Indian guru, he's an American guru. We should not say like this. Anybody who knows the science of God can become a guru. He is able to confirm the authenticity of the message he is presenting by the support of the scriptures. So similarly, in ISKCON society, you will find there are spiritual masters from all over the world. They may not be necessarily. Sometimes as Indians, we may have this false conception that, what these Westerners will teach us about God. We are Indians. We know better. We should not think like this. Anybody who is coming in Guru Shishya Parampara, he may be from any country. If we know the science of God, if we know the essence of the scriptures, he can be a guru. Like that. He can be beyond caste, creed, color, nationality. We should not differentiate based on that. Nowadays, many so-called Indian gurus, they are criticizing, saying that, like many times they criticize our ISKCON, the devotee, saying that this ISKCON is a foreign organization, they're foreigners, what they know about God, our Sanskriti, our tradition, we know what they will teach. This means these people don't have real understanding. They are seeing the body. They are seeing from a material outlook. They are not understanding the right thing from the scriptures. Like that. And what benediction does a guru bestow on a disciple? Yeah, please read these two statements.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes.
The Guru imparts spiritual knowledge, not mundane knowledge. Guru teaches one how to go from material world to spiritual world, from the world of suffering to the world of eternal bliss. The Guru bestows not material benefits, but spiritual knowledge to his disciples. Guru is neither meant to give blessings to get gold, money extra, nor for relieving some bodily disease.
Yeah. So the main function of a guru is to impart spiritual knowledge and to give spiritual knowledge and spiritual benedictions to disciples. Like so many people in India, they make some guru who gives some ashirvad so that the current problems in their life, like if the daughter is not getting married, so by Guru's ashirvad, daughter will get married. If the son is not getting a job, then by Guruji's ashirvad, son will get a job. Or if there's Ashanti at home, then by Guruji's ashirvad, Shanti will come at home, peace will come. Or if there's a financial problem at home, then by Guruji's ashirvad, financial problem. So people approach gurus for all this kind, but this is not what is guru is meant for. Guru is actually meant for giving spiritual knowledge and helping a person to go from material world to spiritual world. That is the main purpose of a guru. And if a guru is only giving some material solutions to disciple and taking some big money, some big, he's saying, I will do special prayers for you. I will do special yajna for you. You give me this much money and everything will be all right. This means he's cheating. Obviously, a guru who is a well-wisher of his disciples can pray to God on behalf of his disciples so that the disciples, even material life can also be good. But that is not the main purpose. The main purpose is to give spiritual knowledge to the disciples. That is the main purpose. Like that. Okay, what is a guru's relationship with wealth, women, and followers? Very, very important. Yeah. Please read. Somebody?
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
The guru cannot be purchased with any amount of money. He is not after wealth, women, or increasing his followers. The guru must have sense control.
Yeah. So the guru cannot be purchased with any amount of money, which means what? See, it does not depend on how much donation you give or money you give. A genuine guru will never speak lie, or he will never twist and turn the meaning of the scriptures just to please his disciples. For example, when Srila Prabhupada went to America, Prabhupada told the 4 regulative principles very clearly: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. So one person came and told Prabhupada, Swamiji, if you make this 4 principles very strictly, nobody will come to you. So you please relax these principles. Then many people will come and become your followers. Srila Prabhupada told that I am not come here to to please the Americans. I have not come here to impress the people. I have come here to tell the truth. And those who are genuinely looking for the true spiritual knowledge, they will come. And I am happy with that. So Prabhupada was never compromising on the principles. Like that. You cannot purchase him with any amount of money. Even big people tried, but they failed actually. Like that. So actually, this is what, see, it is written here. One should not treat his guru like a dog. Just like, dog, you show some biscuits to dog. Oh, Tommy, come, take biscuit. And Tommy wag his tail and come to eat biscuits. Similarly, cheap gurus, big wealthy people, they show some money to this guru. Oh, guru, come, take some donation, come. And the guru goes behind them without speaking the truth ever to them. Such kind of people are useless actually. And second point is the guru must have sense control. Sense control means, like here, if you see the picture below, the example is given of a Haridas Thakur. There was one great saint, his name was Haridas Thakur. So he was chanting Hare Krishna in a secluded forest. He used to chant 3 lakh names of God every day. So there was one a Muslim person who was very envious of this Haridas Thakur. So what he did, he called one prostitute to go to in the middle of night to this Haridas Thakur and assassinate his character by enjoying with him. So this prostitute, as you can see in this picture, she came to Haridas Thakur and she offered herself. She told Haridas, you are a young man, I am a young woman, let's enjoy. Like that. And Haridas Thakur, who was a pure devotee of God, he understood that this prostitute is sent by that envious person. So Haridas Thakur, what he did? If he wanted, he would have went away from that place. So Haridas Thakur told to the prostitute, okay, no problem, I will enjoy with you, but currently I have to chant my Hare Krishna. My rounds are remaining. So you please sit down here and I am chanting Hare Krishna. You can also chant. And as soon as my chanting will get over, I will enjoy with you like that. And the prostitute sat there and whole night Haridas Thakur was chanting. And then when the morning came, the prostitute, she was slept also. She got up and she told, Hare, whole night went away and you are chanting only. What is this? And Haridas Thakur told, oh, I am very sorry. I was not able to complete my vow. So you please come tomorrow. Tomorrow I will fulfill my vow and then we can enjoy. So then the prostitute came next night. Next night she came and Haridas Thakur was chanting. So Haridas Thakur told, today my vow is going to get complete very soon. Then we will enjoy. Please wait. Sit down here and chant Hare Krishna with me like that. So she was chanting. And then again the whole night passed. And again Haridas Thakur was chanting whole night. Again when the morning came, she got up and she told, what is this whole night passed? You are still chanting. Haridas Thakur told, I am very, very sorry. And I just could not complete. But I am very confident that tomorrow my vow of chanting is going to get over. And tomorrow I definitely will enjoy with you. Please come tomorrow. So the prostitute came again. Third night she came. And still Haridas Thakur was chanting. And Haridas Thakur told, please sit down here. Very soon my vow is going to get completed. And then I will enjoy. And she sat. And as Haridas Thakur was chanting, hearing the sound vibration of the chanting from Haridas Thakur, she was getting influence. So without her efforts, the holy name started coming out from her mouth also. And she also started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then what happened? After some time, her heart got completely transformed. She started crying and she fell at the feet of Srila Haridas Thakur and told, "My dear great saint, please forgive me. I came here with very great ill intentions. That a Muslim person has sent me to assassinate your character. But you are a great saint. I'm very sorry. And now, actually, I myself is very much suffering because of this profession. Please kindly deliver me from this, materialistic lifestyle." At that time, Haridas Thakur told that I knew that this Muslim person has sent you, and that's why I stayed here for 3 days just to deliver you. Otherwise, I would have went from this place long back. Now, give up this sinful profession, and whatever money you have earned with your sinful profession, you distribute it among the Brahmanas, and you come to this kutir, chant Hare Krishna. I am going away from this place to other place. You can live here, chant Hare Krishna, and don't worry about your maintenance. People will provide you everything like that. So you see, this is called a genuine spiritualist, Haridas Thakur. Although a prostitute is coming in the dead of night to assassinate his character, but he was undeterred in his determination. So this is the qualification of a genuine spiritualist, genuine guru. He is not allured by wealth or a woman or increasing his followers like that. So in this way, it goes on. Nothing, but I'd like to end here now because the time is up. I also have to go for another meeting. So the guru should be decorated with all the saintly qualities. The guru should preach by his own example. It's called an acharya, like Srila Prabhupada. He preached by his own example. And last is guru. Whatever guru should speak, he should speak from Shastra, which means there's a check and balance method. Whatever guru is speaking, he should substantiate from Shastra, and other gurus, other sadhus should also substantiate. So Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, that is called the check and balance method. Like that. So there are many things like that. Maybe some other time we will discuss about the qualification of bona fide Guru. But in summary, we could discuss today some few points. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So I hope today's session was interesting and you could learn some things.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Any questions, anybody? Any quick questions? Lalit Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thanks a lot for wonderful session. Thanks a lot. Everything is clear, I think, to everyone. So they are not asking questions. So
Okay, Mata.
we will ask next after thinking, after contemplating on this.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you,
So we'll
Prabhuji.
end
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
3 times Hari Bol for Prabhuji. 3 times Hari Bol to Prabhuji.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.